I'm panicking right now.
You look like a squid. Olympic champion.
Welcome back to Eunisoo's TMI! Eunisoo, Eunisoo, Eunisoo! Woo! That's right guys, welcome back to another episode of Eunisoo's Too Much Information, where we tell you guys literally everything. For today's episode, we're going to talk about how to reapply sunscreen. Euniunni, you know, it's so important to apply sunscreens, right?
Exactly. I think we emphasize a lot that you have to and you should reapply sunscreen every 2 to 3 hours. However, it kind of depends on the situation. Like if you're a little bit more sweaty like Soo.
It's hot. It's hot right now, guys.
Or if you sweat a little bit less like me, you know? So it depends on each person as well. For some of us, we will be reapplying on top of our sunscreen.
Right.
For others, we will be reapplying on top of our makeup.
Also going to show you guys how you can reapply when you're going swimming or when you're in a situation where you're sweating a lot. Guys, let's get started. Eunisoo's TMI. So you guys might be wondering exactly how much of SPF should I apply on? Well, in Korea, we have a saying that you should apply SPF as much as a 501 coin. So let me show you guys how much that is. It's actually quite a lot. A lot of product. All right, I'm just gonna use my fingers. I washed them, don't worry.
It looks pretty pasty right now.
I look like put on a mask. I'm panicking right now. It's not working. This just shows you, even though we need to apply this amount, realistically, it's not going to absorb, and this is just way too much. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to apply the same amount using a sponge. And I'm just going to lightly spread some on my face like this. You know, it can get pasty, but don't worry. We have our friend, okay? She's gonna do her work for us. So because I am using a sponge, the sponge will soak up some of the SPF, so make sure to go in with more. Another way is that you can just right away get the sponge in there and apply it. Can you see? It's like going on so much more thinly. It takes a lot of work, guys. Beauty requires patience. And voila guys, I used up all of it that was in my palm, and boy, did that take a lot of time, I'll tell you that. So obviously, you can see that there's a bit of white cast, but of course, if you're not into that, you can always use chemical sunscreens. Remember that you have a lot of options out there when it comes to SPFs. All right, now let me share with you guys my personal tips when it comes to reapplication of SPFs. So this is a sun cushion, and it does have a tone-up effect. So remember guys, if you're not a fan of white cast, if you're not a fan of tone-up effects, make sure to check out other sun cushions. But just to illustrate, I'm gonna take a little bit of this, and you can see that it goes on the puff. I'm just going to... So, oh my gosh, this makes your life so easier. And after a couple of hours, you know, after 3-4 hours, when you need to reapply, all you have to do is take this cushion out and just reapply on top again. So easy, right?
Okay, so is it my turn? My turn. Okay, so I'm gonna share my tip with you guys. There are actually a lot of base makeup products that contains SPF, and some people use this. So compare of you not reapplying sunscreen and using that kind of product, it's fantastic, it's better. However, actually, if you wanna compare it of reapplying sunscreen, you have to use a large amount of that base makeup product with SPF. So it's very important that you reapply sunscreen on your skin, and then you can reapply the base makeup with SPF. That will be like a cherry on the top. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how realistically I reapply sunscreen. Of course, it'll be fantastic if we can go somewhere, cleanse our face, you know, put on our skincare, and then reapply a sunscreen. But realistically speaking, we don't have time for that. I first love to use any type of napkin you have. Just make sure it's not too dirty. But realistically speaking, I don't have oil paper all the time in my purse. So get any clean napkin, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the sebum on our skin. And sometimes we do get a little bit of the dirt off, so that'll be fantastic. So remove that, and then I'm going to reapply my sunscreen. But sometimes your skin's gonna look really crusty. Those times, it's not gonna really help if you reapply on top of this. I love to carry around my toner pads in here. So easy to use, and if you carry it around like this, it's really light in your bag too. And it comes in handy. Sometimes we can't wash our hands, so it does really come in handy. You can just wipe anywhere you want. I I do sweat too. I mean, Soo sweats, but I sweat a little
Hey!
bit too. All right, so on the crusty areas like here, just gently wipe away. And this has ingredients that helps to calm your skin and moisturize your skin too. So look. But I'm gonna pick that up a little bit later on. I like sunscreens with that white cast. This, and I use a puff to reapply, of course, on this area, but just everywhere else on top like this. And just soak it in. Don't neglect your neck, because we get wrinkles on our neck too. Maybe a little bit of our cleavage too. And then I'm just gonna reapply my BB cream. Now, it can be a little bit annoying, but it's so important. If you get in the habit of doing this, it will just make a huge difference. And also, you can just finish here, or I do have a setting powder with SPF 45. So with these, it's so easy. You can just reapply on top like this. Okay, looking good.
Right now, we're going to share another tip.
Yes.
On how to reapply when you're at a swimming pool or at a situation when you're sweating a lot.
So you do have to remember that when you apply sunscreen before going to the pool and things like that, you have to do it thoroughly, because a lot of people, they apply, but I could see that it's just kind of sitting on top of your skin, you know what I'm saying? So when that happens, actually, when you get in the water, it's not fully absorbed either, so it's not protecting your skin. And second of all, it can be like floating around the water. It can be, you can contaminate the water, so that's not really good for any of us, right? And also, please wear waterproof or sweat-proof sunscreen.
So we're gonna actually go to a swimming pool right now.
Right now?
Right now!
And show everyone?
Let's go, guys.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Powerful, right? Olympic champion. You look like a cute little squid. As you play in the water, so many bacteria and all this gunk can stick onto our skin. Now, we don't have any time to wash our faces because we need to go back to swimming. So we're just gonna use a toner pad, or you can use a cotton pad and a toner, whatever that you have, to wipe away all the gunk on skin as much as possible, and then reapply your sun cream. Today, I'm just gonna use a Sunstick to easily reapply my sunscreen.
All right, guys, as you guys saw, we had a blast at the swimming pool. It was super fun. Now I have another tip for you guys, especially those who have another schedule coming up afterwards. Now you guys have to remember, you have to cleanse your skin thoroughly. You can of course use your first cleanser and second cleanser, or, and this is what I'm gonna do right now, you can use your second cleanser twice and make sure to really remove all of that gunk, all of those chemicals, other people's sweat that was in the swimming pool off. Reapplication gel cleanser. This is a very, very gentle cleanser, so it's perfect to use twice. I'm just going to do that right now. Make sure to bubble it up, foam it up. I know Euniunni is really good at this. I'm terrible, but I'm doing my best. Make sure to remove all the gunk, guys. And then one more time. I'm running out of this. This feels really nice on the skin, guys. It's really gentle and subtle, but because you're using it twice, you're making sure you're doing a good job in removing the sunscreen. Alright, so I'm doing a bit of skincare because you want to get in a little bit of hydration and moisturization before you go in with the sunscreen. So pat, 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 pat. Now moving on to the sunscreen. Alright guys, this is a light moisturizing one because I will not be sweating anymore, hopefully. I'll be using a nice... Oh my gosh, look at that shine on my forehead. Euni's back. Of course, once again, apply on the higher points for your face. Don't forget the neck. We're all set.
Alright guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in until the very end and hope you guys enjoyed the realistic tips on how to reapply sunscreen.
That's right, guys, and don't forget to share your tips on how to reapply sunscreen in the comments down below. And also, we're going to have a Q&A for Eunisoo very soon for Eunisoo's TMI. So if you guys have any questions, leave it down below and we will answer everything. Anything! That's right, anything for you guys.
Alright guys, so we're gonna head out and we're gonna have a nice dinner and then we're gonna come back home and sleep because we're all little grannies. Alright.
Right. Bye!
Good night!
Bye!
Putting our masks on.
That's right. Eunisoo's TMI.